A chat here happening. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love showing up and there's already a chat happening. That's really cool because that's kind of the whole point, right? Is just to give people a place to hang out and be, not so alone or something if you're having a hard time reading or not reading, sleeping. Apparently sleepy. I had two people today check in with me and ask me, when do you sleep, Kristen? And I thought, "That's nice. I have 2 people looking out for me like that." Hey, Mon. Mon is here. We're talking about Western Aus. Ooh, I've got the echo on my phone. There we go. Hey, Mon, how's it going? Hey, Rolling Stone. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Mischief! Mischief! Always good to see you. Hey, Mr. Brad Boy, you got me this time. That DQ Blizzard looked delicious. I have not had a Blizzard from Dairy Queen in, like, over a year. I don't know why. I think because the nearest Dairy Queen to us is, like, across town, and it's just not convenient, and by the time you get it home, it's kinda melted, so you gotta be ready to, like, eat it there, eat it in the car, and I've been trying to be healthier in general lately as well, which usually doesn't leave a lot of room for Dairy Queen Blizzards, but I might have to have, like, a cheat day or something just for that. Because blizzards are the bomb. Oh, we were talking about flying from Perth to the United States. Oh, wow. Oh, I don't know what happened. I missed something. I missed something happening. Hi, Susan P. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm just checking to see who all's hanging out. I'm going backwards in the chat, you guys, so bear with me. Oh, I'm sorry you're getting a migraine, Mom. I hope it gets better. That's okay. If you want to just hop out, take a rest. Mary told me the other day my voice helped her fall asleep, and that made me feel really good. So if that helps you fall asleep, by all means. I was actually thinking of trying to record some pre-recorded videos, like specifically for that purpose, like just to help people fall asleep. Because a few people have told me now, Kristen, you have a soothing voice. Uh, One person told me to do ASMR. I don't have a really fancy microphone, but maybe you don't need one. I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking I could find some books that are in the public domain and I could just read from those. Pull a Andy Kaufman and read The Great Gatsby. He read that in one go though, like on stage. I don't know how he did that. That's nuts. Hey Justin T, good to see you. Just want to say, hey, I can't stay. Got a bad migraine. Hope to catch you tomorrow. That's okay. Sounds like there's a lot of that going around. Now let me see. So I'm still using Restream again. This is the second time I'm using Restream, and I'm still deciding whether I like it or whether I hate it. I like some features of it. Like you can do all these fun little like backgrounds like behind like me on camera. Like you can even upload an image for it. Like there's different setups you can do for if you want to like share, like if you wanted to like do a demo or something, like if I was doing this like a webinar, but I'm not. That's not what I'm using it for. Unless you guys want me to start doing boring webinars. Maybe that would help people fall asleep. And this is how you click a mouse. And this is how you set up the authorization. I could just like talk you through my new hire training at work. Oh, we got a vote already. Mischief says, do it. Just read a book. I love it. I might. Like, would it be better to do it live, do you think? Or re record it? Because if I am doing it live, then it may not be soothing the whole time. Because, when you do stuff live, you never know. Like, something could fall over, my dog could bark. So it might like jolt people out of their slumber if that happens. It sounds like great therapy, Mon. I'm glad. I'm glad I helped you laugh. That makes me happy. Really, this is kind of why I get a kick out of this. I was thinking, like, I had a rough day. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had a really rough day. I was just really emotional. You have those days where your emotions are just all over the place, and it's like being a teenager, the sequel, only I'm in my 30s. Just me? No. uh, but stuff like this always makes me feel better because it gets me out of myself, like it gets me like outward focused and not like ruminating in my head about me and my nonsense. Because I have some nonsense. Rolling Stone says, "Oh, caught up now. I somehow missed the start. That's okay. I noticed that sometimes happens on mine too. Like I'll set it up to be waiting for a stream to start, and then it'll just keep waiting, and then somehow it will have started without me, and I'll have to like exit out of it and go back into the window to like catch it. It's very strange because it should just start with you. Uh-oh, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Bad storms going through here. Tornadoes have been on the ground. Oh no, in other parts of the area, but we're okay so far. I'm glad you're okay so far, Miss Sunrise Dawn, and I pray it continues to stay that way. Ones for Miss Sunrise Dawn and everybody experiencing the crazy tornado and wacky weather right now. It's scary stuff. I went for my night walk with my dog earlier today for part of the Lifeboat Live with Tommy, and there was a little bit of lightning in the distance. It wasn't raining yet here, but there was like it didn't rain at all while I was out, but there was lightning. But that's kind of pretty when it's not raining yet and there's just lightning. But I'm in North Texas, so I know different parts of the country are getting whacked with way worse weather than I am, for sure. Boring webinar would do it for sure. That would help you fall asleep. Let's see, what's a really boring one I could do? I've been training people in a corporate job for years now. So first, you click Add Service and Procedure Authorization. Then you change the authorization owner to your name. You click Look Up Person, and then you type in your name, and you get to find it. There we go. Yeah. People fall asleep when I'm trying to train them. I guess that's why nobody does their work correctly when I train them. No, I'm just kidding. They do sometimes. Hey, Mr. Brad Boy. Good to see you. But yes, I had a coworker of mine talking about it. Oh, the Dairy Queen Blizzard. Yum. Holy moly. Anyway, what else is new, Kristen? Nice to get you live again. Yeah, it's nice to see you again, Mr. Brad Boy Live. I know you keep leaving comments, and I appreciate that and saying like, I missed your live today. I still go live late because it's when my kiddo's in bed and when nobody needs me. A record. Oh, the record of like, oh, are we talking about the Andy Kaufman thing, or did I move on to something else? Bad feels days. It's even better in your 60s. So those are a thing then. Those are a thing in adulthood. It's not just me where you have days where you're just like, bah, I feel like a teenager again. Funny story. My Chromebook has like you can use the mouse and the stylus to like touch things and like highlight comments and stuff, but you can always use the touch screen too. And sometimes I go back and forth depending on what's easier. Yeah, Mr. Bradboy, I'm all right. I have just been very introspective lately and like kind of reconsidering some healthy versus not so healthy ways I have been choosing to cope with stress lately. And just kind of, trying to be honest with myself about it and getting really emotional about it and what it means and stuff like that. Kind of teenagery about it, really. Well, I don't know if it's teenagery about it because when I was a teenager, I didn't really like, wasn't really that I mean, I was kind of introspective. Like, I kind of analyzed why I did what I did, but I didn't really like, I never considered the possibility that I was wrong in any of it, not as a teenager. Um, but these days, I very much consider the possibility that I'm wrong in a lot of things that I do. Um, some people tell me I assume I'm wrong too much, but I don't know. So that's probably how it's different. Excuse me. The thunder scared all the animals. Oh, poor animals. And the dog especially started panicking. Anxiety can trigger a seizure for him, so I've been trying to keep him calm. Oh, poor pup. Have y'all ever tried? I'm sure somebody's asked you this before, but have they ever tried those thunder shirts for doggies? It's like supposed to be just a little doggy t-shirt that kind of is just snug and it makes them feel like they're in a little bit of a hug. I saw some of those. My parents had a Lhasa Apso. They would get really nervous during those thunderstorms. That helped him a little bit. Hey, Jesse Miller unboxings and more. Jesse Miller has a fun channel, you guys. If you love the unboxing type stuff, her channel is super duper fun. I'll throw up the Mary threw up the link. And the Mary threw up the link for those that missed her live today. And we'll throw up links at some point. You guys, I'm so scatterbrained today. I'm glad y'all are here. What would this sound like if no one were here for me to talk to, like, while I'm scatterbrained? Like, would I just, like, talk about the stuff on my desk? Probably, probably. I love lightning too, Mischief. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. Yeah, for sure, Rolling Stone. Nature is riled up. Fox ooh, you see foxes on rare occasion, once a young one, but today it was 3 kids. Oh, and they were so darn cute. Oh, I'm still bemused. Zzz. Is that like Z, like sleepy? Baby foxes. I wanna see the baby foxes. I love animals. I really, really do. You almost fell asleep from my webinar voice, Rolling Stone? Okay, I'm gonna keep this in mind. Hey, Miss Dragon! I'm so glad to see you. I was wondering how you guys were holding up. Hello, everyone. I'm at this new Airbnb for tonight and one for tomorrow night. Wee! The cleaning ladies forgot to lock the door when they left. Oh no! I hope that your stuff wasn't left unsecured and unattended. That's annoying. I hope that you and yours are doing okay and healing up well and everything. I know that was a big trip for you and a lot of stress likely involved. So I'm glad that you're here. Good to see you, Miss Dragon. Thanks for checking in. Miss Sunrise Dawn. Oh, you worked in a call center for several years and had to go through various training classes. It was always a struggle to stay awake. Now, did you get live training classes or were they like videos, like re-recorded videos? Hey, you. Hey, Mary. Let's see how far I am behind in the chat. Kind of far, not that far. Mon, how did I do after the peanuts yesterday? Actually, I was better yesterday than like I didn't have any like lingering effects from the peanuts yesterday at all. I don't know what was different. Um, but when was it? The first night I did that, I guess it was what's today? Wednesday night? Monday night, the first night I ate a couple on stream. The next morning, I was crampy, but, like, mild crampy, not, like, dramatic, you're on the ground crampy, like, I didn't know what it was at first. I thought maybe I was just getting sick or something, because it's kind of what it feels like, but then it went away, and then somebody explained to me, "Oh, no, you can get those, like, 8 hours later." Like, it's just however long it takes to go through your body. So I didn't know that, but I didn't get that this morning. I think it was because maybe the peanuts I grabbed out of the tube were not as heavily coated in the hot stuff. I mean, they're pretty uniform, but like if you keep the tube for a while and you shake it around in transit and stuff, then like I assume like some of the powderiness is gonna like move around. So maybe the ones I got were not quite as like potent, or maybe I'm getting a little bit used to it. That's a little scary, or it's a little fun. Or both. Or both. You're in Ohio, Mr. Brad Boy? I have a friend in Ohio. There's some representing Ohioans here. Is that how you say? Ohioans? Ohioans? Let's see. Yeah. We're crossing our fingers that he gets released tomorrow, Miss Dragon. You're still kind of creeped. Oh, you're in the Airbnb alone because he's still. Oh, I'm so sorry. One's for Mist and her hubby, and hope that they're doing okay and that he does get released tomorrow because that is annoying when you don't know what's going on and that's nerve wracking. Last year, my husband was in the hospital a lot last year. We'll just leave it at that. He had to have emergency surgery and then it didn't go back normal. And we were in the hospital a lot and there was a lot of never knowing when he was going to get released. And it's stressful to beat heck. It really is. You worked overnight in a hotel, Mary? I did not know that. My first when I was trying to find a full-time job right out of graduate school, Um, the first job I applied for was as an overnight intake assessment clinician at the local behavioral health hospital, which fits with this next comment because it was a hospital in Denton, Texas, because that's where I went to school. So, hey, Susan, what's up? You were born and raised in Denton, Texas? If you still live there, like we should talk. Like I'm sure we know people and we know places. Um, I I did my undergraduate degree there and my grad degree there. So I lived there from about 2008 until like late 2012, early 2013. Um, and my brother and his spouse have lived in or near there for like 20 years now, I think, more even. But yeah, I applied for a job as an overnight assessment clinician at a hospital there. And it would have been fine. Like basically the job was like people come in to admit to the psychiatric hospital and you do the assessment to see, hey, does it make sense for you to be in a psychiatric hospital? Um, and then you also call the insurance company to get authorization and all that stuff too. But there was only like one other person that worked nights. And the first night, the person who tried to train me burst into tears because she didn't have what she needed. And it was basically going to be like me alone overnight at the psychiatric inpatient facility, except for like one security guard who was like on the opposite side of the building. So that combined with the stress that came from flipping my schedule from night to day like that kind of made me decide, you know what? I think there's something else out there for me. I was not opposed to working in an inpatient facility at all, but the setup there was not awesome. It was not ideal. Desk talk. Yeah, if no one was here, what would I talk about? This is my stapler. I keep the staplers in an old peanut butter jar. There's my ASMR voice. I actually have a candle burning tonight. Don't worry, I won't set anything on fire. Ooh, it looks cool on screen though. This is a candle I bought from a Texas coffee shop called Summer Moon Coffee. This one is scented milk moon or moon milk. Moon milk is the stuff that it's like the special creamer that they make for their coffee. It's like a secret recipe and it doesn't taste like regular creamer. It's delicious. There's copycat recipes out there, but like actually they make a thing about making the recipe a closely guarded secret. And they started in Austin, Texas, but they spread and they have different locations in Texas now, but they are really, really tasty. I really, really enjoy them. Trust Lord Kiss Freak is now missing in action. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if we say his name 3 times, he'll show up. I'm probably super behind in the chat. Jesse, it was a bit unnerving, especially since it has this ancient basement. Oh, the Airbnb has an ancient basement? And that's what I have to wash my clothes. Thank God it's a small town. You know, I actually love basements. I know that's weird, but in North Texas, we do not have basements really. Like the you would think we would because we are in Tornado Alley and the best place to go in a tornado is a basement or underground, but we don't have them because the way the soil is here, there's like a layer of rock that's really, really hard to dig through and it's really expensive to dig a basement. So most people just don't have them. If you find a so the first time I went to visit my in-laws in the Northeast in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, somebody had I think it was his aunt had a basement, and I was like, "Can I see your basement?" Because 'Cause I'd never been in a basement in someone's house before, and she thought it was the funniest thing. She thought, "Who's this weird Texas girl that my nephew is marrying who's all interested in my basement?" But she did let me see the basement, and I just thought it was super cool. It made me really like, I just thought it was neat. And she said, "I've never had anyone so." I mean, I'm not gonna do her accent justice at all, but she was like, "I've never had anyone so impressed by my cellar before." A cellar. She called it a cellar. Not quite New York. The New England accent is a little bit more of a drawl with no R's. Aw. Mary, you're so kind. I'll probably eat that on stream because it sounds super tasty. I will absolutely let you know how good it is. Oh, your training was a mix of the 2, huh, Miss Sunrise Dawn? Yeah, most of those onboarding trainings are pretty dang boring. Ooh, peanuts covered in coconut milk. What? That sounds delicious. That could be the cool down, right? Like, because coconut milk, I would think would be, soothing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, we got more Denton questions. Rolling Stone asks, "Is Denton right off Highway 41, or is it famous for some reason? The name rings a bell. Like, did Jesse James rob a bank there or something?" I'm behind in the chat, so maybe she already said it, but are you familiar with Rocky Horror Picture Show, Rolling Stone? If you are, the beginning line, they're describing, like, the scene, they're setting the scene, like, that they got stranded in Denton, and that's the Denton. It's Denton, Texas. But Denton has 2 universities, count them, not 1, but 2. It has the University of North Texas, where I went, which used to be called North Texas State University back in the day. When I went there, they still had some trays at the dining halls that said the previous name. And it also has Texas Women's University. They're kind of like not on completely opposite sides of town from each other. Actually, it would be like really easy to drive from one campus to the other. It would be super easy. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Mr. Brad Boy. Just working, riding rides at the Cedar Point. That's right. You love the roller coasters. I haven't ridden a roller coaster in I don't know how long. I miss it. I miss it. I do. I do. I need to find a good roller coaster to ride. Mix it up. You know, you can't just get your adrenaline from eating hot peanuts. You got to ride a roller coaster here and there or something. Okay, no longer in Denton, Texas. You'll have to yeah, if you feel comfortable, you have to shoot me an email. Let me know when you were there. Hello, Janet G. Good to see you. I'm glad you are here. Let's see. I am behind. Oh, wait, when was this? What did I miss? You had no one to talk to and trying to stay awake. Oh, when you worked overnight. I remember now. Sorry, I had to catch up for a second. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to work alone overnight somewhere. Bonnie and Clyde were around there. I don't remember if I still have the book, but we went to, I had forgotten this. I can't remember if it was with school or my family or what, but we went to like a traveling exhibit that was just about Bonnie and Clyde and that whole history. And I bought a book on them. I don't remember if I still have the book. I might have lost it in a move. Oh, you were trained and raised by old school RN. What happens in hospitals is nothing like it used to be. Surgeon was fabulous. The aides on the surgical ward need some help. I had to give him a bed bath today. Oh, yeah, I feel like they're understaffed some of the time and they're like some depending on the hospital, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're not organized a way that works super well for patient care all the time. I mean, the individual staff do their best, I'm sure. One thing I don't love about StreamYard is I feel like it's slower to put comments up. Like, I feel like StreamYard, you just kinda clicked them and they just went boom, 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 but StreamYard's like, "You want what now? Oh, you want a comment? Oh, hold on, let me get it. Wait, which comment you want? Oh, you wanna hide it? Okay. Oh, you wanna put it up. Oh, okay, okay." So, yeah, StreamYard is much faster. StreamYard is like, "You want that comment? Yeah, let's put it up. Let's put it up, girl." Uh, Restream is a little slower about it. You remember your time inpatient fondly. Working there or other? I mean, that's personal. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Hopefully, if either way, I hope it was a good inpatient facility because some are not so great. Some are not so great. Ooh, 11 herbs and spices. Yum, yum, yum. We're trying to get him to appear. You guys all saying Lord Kisfreak's name 3 times like Beetlejuice. He's probably tired, y'all. He's probably tired. Oh, you sent me a picture, miss? Let me check it. Let me check. Is this the basement? Is this the creepy basement? Oh, that is kinda creepy. Not yeah, that is kinda creepy. My aunt's wasn't this creepy. Let's see here. See if I can get the brightness to work so that that is the creepy basement that Mist spoke of. It looks very, like, long. It's how low the ceiling is. Like, for some reason, the basements I went to, the ceiling was not as low as this one. Yeah, it looks a little creepier than I anticipated. I don't blame you for being a little skeezed out, especially when you're staying in the house alone. Oh, this is cool. Mr. Bradboy, I'll be going to Colossicon for the first time this year. It's where you dress up as a superhero and walk around and get a chance to meet favorite anime voice actors and cool events, like a Comic-Con. That's really cool. I've never heard of Colossicon before. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's awesome. I would like to go to more stuff like that. But I like events. Events are fun. I don't like crowds that I get, like, rushed into, though. I don't like that feeling. That's no bueno, but I like going to things, so, like, I have to figure out a way that make that work. Like, I have to figure out, like, is there a periphery I can hang around? If there's a periphery that I can access easily, then I'm good, I'm good. I have to scope out a place first to make sure there's solid periphery, you know? Let's see, I'm gonna Google Colossicon because 'cause we're just hanging out and chatting about whatever, right? Right? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Memes and dancing. Cool. There's an after hours water park event. What? Oh, there's one in Texas 2024 as well. There's one in Round Rock. Wow, that's really cool. That's awesome. I might have to go to one of these one day. Just check it out. Mischief says, "No basement." That's it. You need to move. Where should I move, you guys? I mean, I'm not going to, like, this is just, a silly exercise, but if I were going to move, like, anywhere in the whole world, where do you think I should move to? I'm not going to, but just for a fun little exercise, where should we move me to? Aw, I'm glad. Aw. Mary says, I'm listening. I'm just in the process of crocheting my little hands away for a baby blanket due in 2 weeks. Aw, I love that, Mary. I love that. I'm glad that we can hang out together while you're crocheting. Oh, Mon says, over here in West Australia, the lady I know very well decided university nurses trained weren't as great as hospital trained nurses, unfortunately. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I assume it's like a different kind of training, but that doesn't mean that they're like not good, right? Mm, see, you get me. It's the Sella. Although my husband will correct me on the accent a lot because he says I sound a little bit more New Yorker when I say it. Like New England kind of draws it out a little bit more. Like New England accents take their time, kind of the Sella. Wicked pissa. We live in Ohio. Where I live right now, we don't have a basement. Y'all don't have basements either, Mary. I agree. I definitely this needs to be highlighted. I agree. Mary is a beautiful woman and a great friend and very kind. And it's doing the thing where it won't put my comment up again. Yeah, guys, not a fan of Restream so far. Maybe it just takes getting used to. I don't know. Mary is a beautiful woman and kind and a great friend too. You guys, I gotta take a minute to brag on Mary. She wouldn't let me hide in my hidey hole today. Something that I want to do is like when I get upset, when I get down on myself, when I start having all the bad negative thoughts about myself and like getting in the spiral and all that stuff, my inclination is not to do the healthy thing, which is like go run to your people. My inclination is like, yeah, I'm gonna go in my hidey hole now. I'm gonna crawl into the bed. I'm gonna get under the covers and I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna say all the bad things about myself and I'm just gonna be sad. Um, Mary was checking in with me, like, she noticed that I wasn't myself today, and, I don't know that nobody that I interact with here in person mentioned me not being myself. I mean, I'm not, like, knocking anybody else in the world, that I know in person, but I don't encounter that many people in person, actually, to be honest with you. I work from home most of the time still, but it was just really nice to, like, have somebody even notice that and then, like, check in with me. So, thank you, Mary. Shout out. And shout out to all of you guys. Y'all, like, I have a cool group of friends that's kinda gathered here. Like, I get, like, little messages and stuff from all of you guys that make me smile, and when I see you guys in other chats, it's like, "Oh, hey, I know you. We hang out at night." Rolling, same. My grandma's basement in Maryland smelled amazing. It smells like earth. Can you please send me your address through Messenger, please? Yeah, yeah, I can. Like a mailing address, email address, we'll find. We will. But either way, I will send. I shall send. But I'm not gonna post my mailing address on YouTube. That's probably not the thing that you do. Aw, thanks, Mom. Thanks for reminding people to hit the like. I'm not a great YouTuber. I forget to do stuff like that. Mom was trained in nursing school attached to a hospital. She graduated in 1958. I can make a mitered corner and bounce a quarter right off the bed. You can do those hospital corners off the bed. I always wished I could do that. I always wished I could do that. Uh, I love the feeling of like a really crisply well-made bed. I love that. And there's nothing that quite feels like sliding to the sheets of like a bed that's been made. Like, it just feels so much better than just, like, throwing back the covers on a bed you've left unmade all day, but I can't do them as neat and pretty like that. I just think that's so cool. This Sunrise Dawn, when, DirecTV pulled out of the call center, they moved all of us over to FedEx. Oh, that training was at least a little better because I knew everyone in the class and we all got along. Well, yeah, that helps. If you have to watch something really, really boring, at least maybe you can, have somebody to talk to about it. Oh my gosh, I love this. This makes me happy. You know what? I felt the same. I used to think about people. I can't tell you, like, how much I feel this and how much I have felt this and continue to feel this every day. Um, Somebody said something today that, like, made me laugh. Their handle is Avena Sativa, but they said something like I still think about wanting to snort things even if they're not drugs, like, as just kind of like a reminiscent thing, like you're not using the drugs anymore, but, like, you miss the act of, like, snorting something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, somebody else too?" I get way too excited about my Flonase. 'Cause I haven't snorted an illicit drug in, like, over a decade, y'all, but there's still some kind of muscle memory about it. But I thought I was the only one. It was the coolest moment for me, and it was in the midst of when I was, like, feeling really down about myself too, when I saw that on the boat live this morning, and I was just like, "Oh my god." It made me happy. It made me happy. So I get what you're saying. I used to think I was weird until I met boat people too. We all got some kind of weird. And sometimes our weird is the same, and sometimes our weird just fits well together. Oh, you moved away in 87 from Denton. Oh, but your family still lives there. And Rocky Horror used to be the show every Friday night. Hey, if you still got family that live there, we might know people in common. That's fun. Um, if you feel comfortable, you can send me an email. It's on the YouTube page, but it's kristenmelinda47@gmail.com. Um, but yeah, my brother and his spouse still live in Ponder, and she works for UNT, so we might know the same people. We might. Hey, look! It's Rick Spicer popping his head up to say hello. Ah! Damn it. Ah! Me riding a roller coaster. Memories. Love you, Rick. I love it. Hey, look, it's Maya. Thanks for coming to hang out, Maya. It's good to see you. Very good to see you. Shoot you an email? Gotcha. Are we allowed to say that? Like, with regards to, like, not or do I have to say, "Pew, pew me an email?" Also, whenever you're there, you'll have to let me know. Yeah, I will, I will. Next time I go do a roller coaster. I miss roller coasters. I do. Actually, I miss all kinds of, like, those adrenaline junkie things, like, um, there was this place so, in Irving, which is, like, nearish Dallas, part of Dallas, kinda, um, there was a place called Speed Zone where you could drive stuff really, really fast or that accelerated really, really fast, and then across from it was, I don't remember what it was called, but it basically had all of those, like it had, like, a bungee jump, it had, like, a sky coaster thing, like that thing where you, like, go on the bungee and you, like, swing back and forth up high, and then they have this other thing called Nothing But Net, which is kind of like a bungee jump, like, they bring you up to the height of a bungee jump, and then they, like, hook you in a little harness thing, and there's, like, a platform, and there's, like, a hole in the platform, and then they, like, dangle you in the little hole in the platform, and you're, like, at the height of a bungee jump, like, but there's a net down below, and then 1, 2, 3, and they drop you, and you just free fall, like, from the height of a bungee jump down into a net. It's badass. I miss that. That was fun, but terrifying, but fun. Fun fact, my hubby is related to Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde. Really? That's wild. That's really wild. How did you find that out? Did you guys do like a DNA or 23andMe or something like that? That's really cool. Mary, respect, not for everybody. This girl is a small world kind of ride girl, not a roller coaster kind of girl. That's cool. That's cool. They've got fun rides that are not like crazy high roller coasters. Like they've got fun rides that are not adrenaline junkie ones. It's all right. It's all right. It takes all kinds. We respect your preferences. You can have all the anchovies and all the roller coasters. Oh man, I've still got my anchovy can uneaten, unopened. I've kind of been saving them for Caesar salad or pizza, you know. But I do like to just eat them straight sometimes. That wouldn't even be a thing to do on stream because I wouldn't like to me that's just like eating something like normal. Like it's just like eating a potato chip. Let's see, did I miss saying hi to everybody? Oh wow. I didn't know this about you, Mist. I was a nurse's aide certified at age 17. That's really young to get certified. That's cool. And when the state changed the certification, I got recertified to nurse's aide state certified. Excuse me, guys. I need more iced tea. That's my it's kind of hydrating and has no calories, but it's got some yes, Restream talks with a drawl because it ain't in a hurry. It stuff with a drawl ain't in a hurry, you know. You want to put a comment up? Okay. One moment. Let me look. Let me look. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, I'll put your comment up. Wait, did you want to delete it? No, no. Yeah, that's Restream. StreamYard is like, there's the comment. I put it up. But sometimes it does it too fast. You didn't want it up yet. StreamYard jumps the gun a little bit. My basement at home is a full basement. Two bedroom, 1 bath, 1 living room, and a summer kitchen. That's a whole other little apartment in your basement, Mist. No wonder the one at your Airbnb looks creepy. It is creepy by comparison. I am so behind in the chat, and this is the best problem to have ever because it means y'all are hanging out and chatting, and that's the whole reason. Ooh, Rolling Stone went to Star Trek convention once in Pittsburgh. Shatner was there. What? I took my son with me thinking it would be great. He was terrified of the Borg players. Oh, probably scarred for life. Face blue, wide eyes. Oh, because that was the oh, I'm like describing the the emoji you put in. Oh, how old was he when he was so scared of the Borg players? I could see why he would be scared of them though. The Borg are supposed to be kind of scary. You will be assimilated. Did anyone else think Seven of Nine was just Seven of Nine was gorgeous though. but she was, like, only a little bit Borg, like, she was mostly like a human woman, but she just had, like, you know, the little eyeball thing. Oh, so it sounds like they do the nursing thing a little bit different in Australia. We became enrolled nurses. I'm a senior and I train registered nurse students on surgical. We still pay exactly the same registration like other nurses. I think it's like 200 plus. Yeah, that's an annoying thing that licensed professions have to do, right? Like we have to like you have to pay a like a basically a fee every year to maintain that license and it's like I already have to do all this continuing education that I have to pay for every year, and you want me to I don't know, I guess it's to keep the licensing board running and there should be some kind of oversight or whatever, but it's mildly irritating. "Hey, look, I got a newbie." Not a newbie, but you've been here before, but, like, you're new tonight. "Hi, Danielle, good to see you." Fellow night owls. Ooh, I love it, I love it. Oh, that's interesting and kinda sad. Most of the young nurses here are wanting to get into Botox and fillers to make quick money and lots of dollars to be made. That sucks. I mean, I get why. Like, everybody's got bills to pay and everybody wants to enjoy their life and, you know, make enough money to do that. But I don't know. I feel like society reinforces the wrong things, Like, why do we pay so much for things that are kind of superficial like that, like Botox and fillers, and pay so much less for things like setting up an IV in a hospital or like, assisting with surgery, doing things that are like going to save people's lives. Maybe I don't know enough. I mean, I don't know a lot of things, but I feel like generally speaking as a society, we have started to reinforce the wrong types of behaviors. Um, like for example, licensed professional counselors get paid way more money if they go to work for insurance companies than if they just be a therapist. That's kind of weird to me because then eventually you run out of therapists if you keep doing it that way. But no one asked me. No one consulted me on the design of this project. Let's see. Ohio. Oh, if I move somewhere, you want me to move to Ohio? I wouldn't be against Ohio. Like I've heard good things. I apparently two of us here in the chat are in Ohio. My dear friend Mary and Mr. Brad is also in Ohio as well. He can show me all the roller coasters. Um, Mary said we can keep the roller coasters, so that's good. But maybe you'll join us for Dairy Queen blizzards, so that's good. Hey, crossover paranormal society, good to see you. I'm not sure if I've seen you in one of my lives before, so welcome. It's good to have you here. We just kind of talk about whatever, for the night owls here. The only rule is be nice. That's what we do. Today we're just chilling, and I'm also trying Restream as a platform for the second time. Before I'd only used StreamYard, and I ran out of my free hours for the month, so I decided I'm gonna give Restream a try and see if I like it. Eh, so far I'm not super stoked on it, but, you know. Ooh, Colossal Kalahari Colossicon 2024. That's the one I'm attending. Is this the one that Okay, so there's one that pops up when I Googled it, Colossicon Texas 2024. But I don't think it says Kalahari, but that probably makes sense because yours is in Ohio. But yeah, it looks like they do these a lot of places. Like in mine just pulls up the Texas ones first because my phone knows where I live. It knows. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss. Miss sent me a cute little picture of her kitty cat that says, "You're falling behind in the chat." Oh, okay. Okay. You checked? You checked. I'm sorry to announce that Lord Kissfreak is in bed because he has to be up early. You may now cease your chanting of his name. I haven't decided yet whether I want to eat peanuts tonight or not. I might. I haven't eaten anything hot today, so I might. Let's see. Thank you for this, Mary. That's what I was talking about earlier, you guys, is like I was having moods today and kind of I've been having moods for the past few days. And I do tend to default to hiding in the corner. And Mary is such a good friend. She says, "You don't get to hide in the corner because you wouldn't let me hide in the corner." You're right. You're right. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Isn't that the line? "I've frozen. Oh, no." I wonder what face expression I froze in. I hope it was really, really unattractive so it could be funny. Oh, I'm unfrozen. Okay, good, good. But I'm behind in the chat, so boop, boop, boop. The nasal spray. We've laughed about my overenthusiasm for nasal spray. Aw, aw, hey, look, it's Josh, Mr. Blessed to Crochet. Trust me, I know very well that Blessed to Crochet will not let anyone hide in their hidey hole. Can't even go hide in the back corner. That's why we love her. That's why we love her. Yeah, we won't let Mary do it either. We got your back also. Yeah. Maya is perfectly happy not riding a roller coaster. Rolling Stone. Oh, we were talking about back in our days of snorting the things that we shouldn't have snorted. Back in the day, I snorted so much one night, I just didn't ever want to again. I tried that with crack, but it didn't work. Yeah. It's a weird muscle memory thing. Like, I don't know, especially the snorting thing for me though. Like whenever I get my Flonase, I'm just like, I'm way too effective with this Flonase. Second, my favorite memory, second base dating. I love you, Rick. You're awesome. Mm. Oh, bummer. Magic Mountain was completely wasted on Mischief Managed because you hate roller coasters. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Hey, look, it's Jimena. Jimena is my new friend, you guys. And Jimena, tell me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. If I am, I will correct it. Just like let me know the correct way to say it. Jimena was really, really sweet. And she saw me being sad in the chat today. And she found me on Facebook Messenger and reached out. And we got to talk a little bit back and forth. Jimena is awesome. She's a really sweet person. I'm excited. I get to be your friend. Thanks for coming tonight. Mr. Brad Boy. Snort things, haha. At least you didn't fart. Just kidding. Stay over there. You did. Yeah, I'll try to do better about like I check the email tied to this YouTube channel probably once or twice a day. Just to make sure I'm not ignoring anybody. I don't have a whole lot of things. I mean, most of y'all can find me on Facebook Messenger easily, but if there's something like I think Maya sent me a cool picture of ice hotels and stuff once. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But now that you've said it, I don't even know where I would obtain such a thing. Is this not like locked down by the FDA though? Maya says, "Ooh, if you want something nasty to eat on alive, get a hold of some Swedish surströmming." So here's the thing. I wouldn't have even considered it, but now you've suggested it. And now it feels like a challenge, like a small mountain to climb, if you will. But I don't even know where I'd obtain this. So if anyone knows where to obtain it, please let me know. But I don't want it's not going to kill me, right? Like it's not like actually like rotten or something. Like I'll eat weird things. Like I'll eat weird fish like any day of the week, but apparently that is a different kind of fish. So I don't know. You suggested it though, so I'm open to considering it. I'm open to considering it. Yep, StreamYard is a tweaker, Restream is a pothead. Exactly. So probably Restream is a better neighbor, but StreamYard will help you clean your house. Ooh, Miss Sunrise Dawn Part 2. His dad told us about being related to Clyde. He couldn't remember the exact lineage, but since Clyde had no children, I assume it was via one of Clyde's brothers. Last name is the same. Wow. Barrow, right? It's Barrow. I had forgotten about this. I haven't thought about this in years. I had a PE teacher in ninth grade. I don't know if y'all use that phrase in Australia, but physical education, which is like your general like phys ed course in high school in the United States. I had a PE teacher who was like a Bonnie and Clyde history buff. Like he was super into the whole like detail and lore and stuff like that. And I don't remember a whole lot of PE teachers or coach teachers. Like for part of high school, I did athletics, so I wasn't in PE. But later, when I got wrapped up in theater and spent all my time doing that, I just did regular PE for my phys ed credit because I was too busy with PE to do like basketball or something like that. But I remember him, Coach Capes. That was his name, Coach Capes. And the reason I remember him is because so like in phys ed and PE, you like do a different unit like each week or so. Like this week we're doing basketball, this week we're doing soccer, this week we're doing football, and you're supposed to like learn the rules of the game and like spend some time attempting to play it. And we had our football unit, and he said to me, if I had a girls' football team, I would want you to be on it. And for some reason, that just stuck with me because no one had ever complimented me on anything athletic I had done in a long time. Um, but I think I only stood out just because I tried, like most everybody in phys ed was just standing around, but I wanted to actually move around. So, but I remember him for being encouraging like that. So thanks, Coach Capes. If you're still around, if you ever stumble across this. Maya says, or I can send you some dried fish. It actually tastes good in my opinion, but it smells intense. I love dried fish. Like I will eat like tinned fish all day long. Like I will eat anchovies. Like that might not even be fun to watch me do because it's just going to be food. I mean, I can talk about how it tastes. It would be cool to me. Like I would love that. If you wanted to send me some dried fish from where you are, like that would be sweet. I would love that. Um, but, it's not gonna, like, make me fall on the floor like, the surströmming probably would. Let's see, I'm gonna try to catch up here. I'm trying. Lutefisk. How is lutefisk different? Is lutefisk the same as surströmming, or is it different? I'm gonna have to look. You prefer sardines, Joshua. Okay, okay. To anchovies. Are they not as salty? I actually haven't eaten sardines in a while, in a minute, like because I've always loved anchovies, but I'll have to give it a shot. Ooh, smoked oysters are delicious on crackers. They make these pretzel crisp crackers that are really, really good. I like those. I haven't eaten that in a long time either. Because there's a lot of stuff that if I buy it to eat, I'll just like devour it. Um, because I've decided that if I ever had a drug of choice, it was just more. It wasn't anything in particular. It was just more. If I liked it, I just want more of it until it burns out and goes bad. So, a lot of food that I really liked, I don't keep in the house because I'll just keep eating it. I'll just eat more of it. So, I have to keep things in a moderation or make it difficult for me to get, to put it on the tall shelf and forget about it. Lutefisk can be oh, dang it, restream. Lutefisk can be not too bad if it's not been luted too much. So it's luted too much. So it's not just jello. Oh, there's a jelly thing. I don't know. I don't know if I could get down with the jelly part. I'd be willing to try it though. How much is it monthly for StreamYard or this one? So, StreamYard, Rick, I've not paid anything for yet. There is a free version of StreamYard that is what I did that gives you up to 20 hours per month of free streaming. There's certain things you can't do on it that I think you could do on the paid version. And I actually did max out my hours this month, but that's because I've been going live every night for y- probably on average of like an hour. But it resets tomorrow, like, it resets every month, so if I'm annoyed I think if you do the lower tiered paid version of Restream, it's like $19 a month is what I saw. Okay, family reunion in Ohio, we can hang out with Mary because Miss Sunrise Dawn has family there. See? Oh, you're moving, Janet G? Oh, that's exciting. Moving to Vancouver Island soon. Can't wait. That's exciting. Is that very far from where you are now, or is it kinda like just a hop, skip, and a jump down the street? But it sounds like you're excited for it, so I'm excited for you. Oh, and people are asking the things I've already asked. Janet G says, if I were to live anywhere in the US, it would be Washington State. I love the Pacific Northwest. That's a part of the United States I've never been to, actually. Like, like if you put a line down the middle of the United States, like I've been to a lot of places on the side of it, like you've got Texas here in the middle, and I've been to a lot of stuff on the side that goes over to like Louisiana, Kansas, Arkansas, New York, like Massachusetts, all of those. I've been on that side, but I haven't really been anywhere on this side of the United States. It just worked out that way. Aw, the cats are getting involved. This makes me happy. I love when the cats get involved in the stream. Watching Gray, one of the cats, very slowly reach out and tap Jasper the Beagle on the head like an annoying brother. I have 2 brothers, and they did very annoyingly do things like that. So There's a drive up and down mountains? Maya asked her to describe the drive up and down mountains from Alberta. Wow. I like the idea of riding in the car while something's driving up in the mountains. I would not I would likely not enjoy being the driver of that though, because I kind of get nervous just driving over, like, bridges and overpasses. Like, I don't know if I'd trust my own ability to, like, maintain control of the vehicle. Uh, but I would love riding with somebody else driving up a mountain. Even if they were like I don't know, like, even if it was a terrible driver, I would feel less nervous, like, being the passenger of a terrible driver than I would, like, driving myself over a mountain, or, like that probably says something about me psychologically, but I'm gonna save that for later. Let's put a pin in that. I'm gonna make a note of that. That's something for therapy later. Oh, good. I'm glad, Jimena. I'm glad I'm pronouncing it correctly. I know. I saw that, which is why I have some healthy fear, Janet. Janet says Tommy and Johnny had a surstrumming challenge. They made a video. They thought it was the most vile thing on earth. Yes, that is why when this was suggested just now, I have healthy fear. I saw that video. Uh, I like a challenge, but I also have healthy fear. Surstrumming is nasty on a totally different level. So you wanna see me do that, though? What if I liked it? What would that say about me? Does anyone like it, Maya? Like, does anyone like it? Is that why it exists? I mean, somebody has to like it, otherwise, why would they make it? Like, somebody or is it just, like, a big joke for the world? Like, "Haha, nobody likes it, let's eat it anyway." Like, I don't understand then if nobody likes it. It's still fermenting in the can. I don't think fish is supposed to ferment, is it? Oh, that reminds me. I keep meaning to show you guys my grandpa's fish head on stream someday, but I keep forgetting to bring it in here with me. I would have to like get up and leave, walk like into the garage and come back. So, Amazon. Oh, I could find it on Amazon for real? Like it's that easy? Tommy and Alan Ballantyne and Mr. Ray did it. They had special plastic suits on because it was extra raw. Oh, no. See, I couldn't do this in my house then because, like, there's other people that live here. My dog might be harmed. I don't wanna harm my dog. I'd have to do this outside. Jeez. And I don't wanna just, like, copy other stuff people have done, but I am curious, but also healthy afraid as well. Rolling Stone says, "I could send you a giant bottom-feeding cockroach to eat." I would love a lobster. I would love a giant bottom-feeding cockroach to eat. Rolling Stone, I love lobster. I am enthusiastic about lobster. I became enthusiastic about lobster when I gained a whole side of my family that are from Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and it was, like, ubiquitous there. Like, the first time I went to visit, the aunt whose cellar I was very impressed with had, this was back before it was as expensive as it is now, but she had made, like, this full-on, like, lobster boil. Like, I ate 2 lobsters. That's how, like, out of that's how wild it went, but it's delicious. I love lobster. Um, this may be offensive to some, but We used to so you used to be able to buy live lobster near us, even in Texas. Now they pretty much lived in the tank, so it's not the same as, like, getting lobster out of the ocean. That's not as tasty, but we used to buy them live, and we used to, uh, what's the good word for it? We used to kill them ourselves. Like, there's a humane way to do it, rather than just, like, sticking them in a pot of boiling water. There's, like, a humane way. You can look up the Julia Childs method, and we just did it that way. But, there's something that I don't know. If you're gonna eat meat, sometimes I think it makes sense to be close to how that happens in that way. Like the factoring farming thing and how we just, like, buy all of our stuff already in a package. It kinda, like, sanitizes it and, like, takes the meaning out of it, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. It's alright, it's alright. You don't like shrimp, Mr. Brad Boy? Or you don't like seafood, but shrimp is good with you? Okay. Just always about mainly American foods. Burgers, pizza, and spaghetti, chicken tenders. There was a long time where, like, the only thing I would eat was chicken tenders, quite frankly. Like, anywhere I went, I would buy chicken tenders. Um, but I started to, like, branch out a little bit in my late teens, early 20s. You're right, Mary. This is a good point. This is why I came on tonight. Like, I was gonna skip it, but this is why I came on. Mary says, "I'm so glad to see you smiling and laughing and what connection does." And just so you know, when you told me you're only gonna be on for 30 minutes, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Love ya. It's not that I lied. I just failed. I will fail again. I apologize. But you're right. Like, this is fun. Like, it gets me out of my head. It really does. It's great. Okay, so you've tried it, Maya. Okay. Okay. I tried search trimming once. I don't feel like trying it again, like, ever. Do you, like, bring it inside? Like, do you eat it inside, and does your house just, like, smell like it for the rest of eternity? Or do you eat it outside? I wonder. I think that's what, Tommy and Johnny Scoville did on their channel. I think that they ate it outside because of how bad it smelled. Oh, poor animals all scared of the storm. More good info about StreamYard versus Restream. Janet. I can live a full and meaningful life without ever trying surströmming. You know what? I'm sure you can. Like, that's legit. That's legit. Probably everyone can. But trying new things is also fun. It also keeps my brain, I don't know, alive. And I think that some brains just kind of get wired in a certain way that they need more novelty and more weirdness more often, or we get bored and self destructive. And it has taken me a long time to figure this out, but I think that's just how my brain works. I think it is. Uh, so, me like sitting at a desk like doing basically what amounts to admin work for 7 years was the worst possible choice I could ever have made for myself and my mental health. But I know that now. I know that now. Calling me out. That's okay. That's what friends do. I appreciate it. But I'm impressed. Like you would never know this now, but in elementary school, I was the quietest kid. The quietest kid, like, people had to, like, pull words out of me, like and when I did speak, it was so quiet. You could barely hear what I was saying, and, it took a teacher who encouraged me to project to, like, get me to start to come out of my shell a little bit. But, yeah, now I can't shut up. Can't shut up now. I'm catching up with the chat, you guys. Oh, I missed that, Miss Dragon. I'm gonna have to go back and find it. I didn't see a notification for it. YouTube be YouTubing. I did a live today driving over Snow Squammy. I don't know if that's how you say it, pass. I'm not exactly sure how clear it is because of my signal and a bug hit the windshield, so the phone wanted to focus on it. I gotta see that bug. Let me see if I can find this so I can add it to my watch later. This is the amazing content you all came here for. Watch me search for things on YouTube. Talk amongst yourselves, please. Missed. And I haven't been doing a great job of posting links, but Miss Dragon has a great channel. Do, 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 do. Oh, is that the one with the kitty thumbnail? Oh, oh, that's so cute. All right, I'm saving it. I'm gonna watch that tonight. That looks great. Thank you, Miss. Yes, this is a good question. This came up. Mischief does not have any squirrels on her island. So, Janet, do you have any squirrels on your island? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, good. Good, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I'm glad your puppy is okay. Has not have any seizures yet. That's a relief. Poor scared puppy. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, he did mention it tonight, didn't he? In the look back of all of the many lives and shows that have been done and how many hours it made the highlight reel. So it must have made an impression. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't. I don't know if that's something we should be repeating. Uh, but it was kind of suggested to me, so I don't know. Okay, okay. So this was true. No, never open search stripping inside the house. You will have to move. That's good to know. Good to know. Miss Dragon says, Janet G, I asked my oldest on the drive back home this morning, what's the thing to go through a bug's mind when it hits the windshield? Answer, it's ass. I like that, Mist. Thank you for sharing that. That's really funny. Oh, they got it from Amazon. Mom says that's where Tommy bought it from. They did it in the park. Amazon had left it on the porch in summer, and Tommy didn't find it for 2 days, so it was extra cooked in the can. That's never good. Like, even, like, with non-surströmming fish. Oh, Mary sent something to me. What is it? I've forgotten what it is. Oh, no, you found the link to it. You sent me it's $50. What the heck? Why is it so expensive? Isn't it just bad fish? What is this? And why are there pictures of wolves on the can? Is it because only wolves are strong enough to withstand it? They show it on a sandwich? Okay, I have to show you guys these Amazon pictures of this stuff because it just doesn't make any sense. You guys have to see this. I know you could look it up on your own, but you're not, so I'm going to show you. So Mary was kind enough to send me the Amazon link. So that looks innocuous enough, but for some reason there's wolves on the can. I don't know if they're the mascot or if it's supposed to indicate something about the strength of the ingester, perhaps. Oh, and then we've got some ingredients in another language that I do not speak. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce anything of that because I will be offensive. And then they've got it like pictured amongst this like smorgasbord of fruits and vegetables and like, look, this is so healthy and yummy for you. Like, enjoy it with your fruits and vegetables. And then they've got a picture of it like on a sandwich with milk and like potatoes. Like, that's something like from that video. Oh, and here we are again amidst all of the delectable vegetables and the fresh harvest and things like that. Uh, I'm a little confused by these photos of it. Like, from what I've heard described, it's not something you would put on a sandwich. Does anyone actually put that on a sandwich? I don't understand. What? I didn't know this. So it wasn't crabs, it was lobsters. We killed the lobsters. I'll have to look that up because I know crabs cannot die on their own because of a bacteria they put off, so they have to be boiled alive. Ooh, that's wild. Hey! Hey, Travel DJT. I am not sure if you come to one of my lives before, but welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. We don't have a specific topic. We just talk about whatever in here. The only rule is be nice. We just like to chat and hang out. Okay. Gross, but funny as well. This is a good point, Rolling Stone. Imagine how hungry our ancestors must have been. Like, who was the first human to see a chicken and think, I bet that thing is delicious? Well, if it was a chicken, it certainly didn't look like what a chicken looks like today. Like, even now, if you look at like a factory farm chicken versus a free range chicken, they're almost different animals. Like, they may technically both be chickens, but they look completely different. Completely. Maya says, Rick, I have seen some Americans react to driving in Norway being horrified the roads are open. Well, I live in North Texas and we freak out when it rains and is too cold and maybe we'll turn to ice a little bit. And you're like, well, we'd have to shut down for 7 months. Yeah, because it's cold there. It's naturally cold there. And I mean, at least so here, we don't get ice that often. If we do, it's probably like once a year. So it's not economical to for city governments to like keep stuff stocked like that special salt that they use in trucks to melt it on the road. It's not economical to keep things like snow plows because that just doesn't happen often enough around here. But when it does happen, it shuts everything down because we don't have any of that stuff. But yeah, like up in the Northeast, like get like 3 feet of snow and the kids are still going to school. It's crazy, at least by North Texas standards. Oh, this I didn't know this. This is interesting. Apparently, mahi mahi is similar, as within 20 minutes of being killed, the acids start to change the fish. Wow. The owner of a fish market I like will only buy boat flash frozen mahi mahi. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. So, like puffer fish, like there's a very special way to prepare it. And if you don't, it could be really risky. Let's see. Oh, so when you tried the surströmming, you opened it underwater in a river. It was still horrible and probably killed everything down the stream. Okay, so if it's horrible, why is it created and why do people eat it? Like, why must it be? I don't understand. Oh, you know what I didn't think to do? I didn't think to look at the reviews on Amazon for this. Oh, no, so the descriptions, they're not pretending it's something it isn't. They describe it as probably the stinkiest food in the world. Why is surströmming so smelly and why do Swedes love it? Do Swedes really love it though? Like somebody let me know. Do Swedes really love surströmming or is Amazon lying to me? Jeff Bezos, are you lying to me? Surströmming, which translates to sour fish, is produced using Baltic Sea herring caught in their prime. This is just before spawning during the spring and it is fermented in traditional methods, usually for a minimum of 6 months. That's a long time. It has developed a reputation as a legendary food for enthusiasts, partly due to the way it smells when the can is first opened. Oh, there's like a whole story and stuff here. Okay, so it's real. It's not some, I don't know. But just how did a dish of fermented Baltic Sea herring come to be in the first place? Okay, they're like, just how long Swedish people have been eating surströmming is unclear, but there are records of the fermented Baltic Sea herring being consumed from the 16th century. That's a long time. Probably because they didn't have any other food. They were starving to death. I think that's what it would take. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear this. I'm glad to see you, though, Danielle. And I apologize if I am behind in the chat. Danielle says, it's been a terrible day. Was looking forward to you being on. So thank you for not skipping. Octopus Red Wave. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that we could help a little bit. I'm glad that you're here, Danielle. Cool, cool, cool. And I'm sorry you had a terrible day. I had a crappy day too. I feel ya. I mean, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure what made yours crappy is different than what made mine crappy, but I feel ya. And that's why I'm here too, is because being on here with you guys makes me feel better. So I'm glad if it could help you feel better. And if there's anything you wanna talk about why it was terrible, feel free. We don't have to be all making fun of surströmming and basements and stuff. Okay, so there are squirrels on Vancouver Island, Janet G. Okay, so there's something special about Mischief's Island that there's no squirrels there, and we don't understand what it is, but there's something about it that there's no squirrels on Mischief's Island. What? Surströmming is supposed to be better the more the can is bulging. That would indicate gases trying to escape. What is the who in a what now? Oh, your oldest turns 36 this year. 36 is a good age. I was that age last year. I turned 37 in January. And every other age after 21 just felt like a number. But for some reason, 37 hit me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, you were really quiet too in middle school, Mr. Radboy, and most in sports, most likely just to stay focused. Outside of school, though, if you knew me, you see my different and fun side. Oh, but if someone doesn't know me, they'll think I'm quiet for real. Yeah, I was like that too. Like, I did start to come out of my shell a little bit, but like in groups of friends, like I generally be super quiet until somebody got to know me really well. And then they'd be like, Kristen's not quiet. Kristen's just quiet until she's not. Oh, Miss says, I'm taking you guys out of the car with me. I have to get more pain meds. I really don't want to go out in the dark. Oh, no. Well, if you want, you can take us along with you and we'll hang out until you're done. I can yell weird things to scare off the would-be predators and attackers. Hello. Does that scare off anything? Probably not. Probably just started a lot of the people that fell asleep to my voice. Sorry, guys. I need a better plan though. I need a better plan if I'm gonna am I doing like soft soothing ASMR Kristen voice helping you guys fall asleep at midnight? Or am I doing scare away the predators from Miss Dragon voice? Which is probably not gonna scare anyone, but it's gonna make them laugh maybe, and that will disarm them momentarily so you can run. Ooh, I know. Maybe more effective than pepper spray or other such defense items like pew pews and such. Maybe carrying the can of surströmming in your car with you. And if an attacker approaches, just open it and like let the smell waft at them. I think that could be effective and incredibly non-violent, really. I mean, I guess it's psychological violence. Actually, it might be biological warfare now that you think about it. Jasper has an ongoing feud with a squirrel that lives across the street. I swear that squirrel knows he can't get it to it, so it torments him. That's quite possible. That's quite possible. Squirrels can be squirrely. Okay, the brand is Red Wolf. So are there other brands of surströmming? Is that what it is? Is this a thing that different brands like compete with each other about? Mary. Mary wants to go on record as saying, "Let's make this perfectly straight. My husband sent me the link to send you. I would not send you this link. Mary does not condone the eating of the surströmming. She is going on record, and we appreciate you for that." Maybe the Scovilles sued them. The surströmming people for biological warfare. Possibly. Could we blame them? Could we blame them? Oh, don't forget they have to be dancing squirrels. Synchronized swimming squirrels. Remember, guys? Synchronized swimming squirrels. I agree, Danielle. I think the beef chicken and chicken does taste different. Well, there's something to that. So I don't know how farming works in other countries, but there's a whole lot of information about what's called factory farming in the United States, where basically farms are like when we think in our about a farm in our mind, a lot of us imagine this like picturesque pastoral place with like rolling hills and like the animals are all just kind of grazing freely and they're like chilling until it's time for them to become cheeseburgers or whatever. But really, how it's set up is like there's so many animals, like they're like packed to the gills. like in pens and stuff like that. So you can raise as many of them as possible. And they're given all these like growth hormones and stuff. They're given very specifically like chemically designed feed in order to make them grow as fast as possible and it be as meaty and fat as possible so that you can get as much edible meat off them as much as possible to maximize profits, basically, and then to feed as many people as possible, too. But you're still selling it. So there's a maximizing profits part of it, too. So if you see a factory farm, which is like where we get the majority of our meat in the United States, it's not going to look like that pastoral pretty farm. It's not going to look like old McDonald's farm. It's going to look like a barn stuffed to the gills with chickens who are like literally like on top of each other like tribbles. Most of them are so big because of how giant they've grown from the growth hormones given them that they actually can't walk. They just kind of like sit there pleh until it's time to make them into food. And I'm sorry, I'm probably putting everybody off their dinner. You can get chicken and meat that is not raised like this, but it does cost more. Usually it's labeled differently, but I can't remember exactly how it's labeled. So I'll have to look that up if anyone's interested. So it makes sense that it would taste different nowadays because it is raised differently. And I am not an expert in much of anything, but I would maintain that happy cows and happy chicken taste way better than sad cows and sad chickens. Um, so I think this statement makes sense. Makes sense. Probably, Miss Dragon. Texas getting snow on ice is probably very similar to folks in Seattle when it snows because it's mostly rain. Hey, I have a new friend. LSP, the freckle faced artist. I don't think I've met you before on a live here. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. We don't have a particular topic. We just talk about whatever we want and chat as long as we're all nice to each other. Sometimes I get the idea that I want to talk about something in particular, but then I don't. Burger meat's probably the cheapest mon. Okay. So Swedes love the surströmming. At least some of them. Okay, so it's not fake. It's not like just trolling everybody else then. Yay, the squirrels! Janet G shared some squirrels with Mischief since Mischief doesn't have any squirrels on her island. I love this. Hello from another freckled human. My day was just weird, says Rolling Stone. How was your day weird? If you feel like discussing it. If not, we can just, you know, say, hey, if it was weird bad, I'm sorry it was weird bad. I hope it was weird good, because that can happen. There is weird good days. Yay, and there's kangaroos too. Woohoo! Hey, Carrie Ann, good to see you. You guys, I got to drop in for at least part of Hey Carrie Ann's live earlier today, and she has a really, really cool channel. Like, y'all should check it out. I really enjoyed hanging out over there with her. And Mischief is welcoming you in true Mischief fashion. Carrie! You'll have to tell me if my mic still cuts out when I go high like that. Carrie! That's not really high voice though. We are all young, right? We are. I love this idea. Let's start a Noah's Ark. What would you leave? Would you leave off certain like bugs and things like that? Like this is a huge undertaking. We can start it, but like I'm not gonna. I can't be the designer. I can't be the one in charge of it because I'll lose track of everything. I'm really bad at spreadsheets, guys. I hate spreadsheets. It's why I'm leaving corporate, along with some other things. But mostly, I hate spreadsheets. Well, thank you for stopping by, Carrie Ann. Have a good rest. I hope you sleep well. Much hugs and love to you as well. It's good to have you here. Ha! Missed. My report card said, good student. Talks too much. I disagree. I think I love hearing you talk. If anything, you don't talk enough. I would love to hear more. Those teachers can go jump. Or as Mary could say, go suck a lemon. Or was it your daughter that came up with that phrase? Either way, I love it. I love it. Well, hello. Hello, Kristen. Back at ya, says Mr. Bradboy. Hi, Mr. Bradboy. Hello. I don't know if that's the way you meant that to be spoken, but that is how I heard it in my head. So that's how I read it. Look at all these animals on this Noah's Ark we're making. Janet G is getting them ready for us. Okay, Janet G, you're in charge because I can't do the spreadsheets. I'll be the moral support. That's it. You guys are doing good getting all the animals on the ark. You're doing great. A salt fish. Yes. I think surströmming is an assault fish, which is interesting because they're dead when we get them. Mhm. Give me all your money. Smell this fish. You don't even need a weapon. Just I think I might I'll order one as a self-defense mechanism. It looks cheap. It might be cheaper than pepper spray. Definitely cheaper than pew pew machines. It's like $50, and they won't know what's coming either. No one would suspect that, especially in the United States of America. I wonder how quickly you could open this tin though, because you do need to be able. Oh, it doesn't have a pull tab. Okay, okay. We need one with a pull tab for it to function as a self-defense thing. We'll have to write to these people. Excuse me, we would like a pull tab to be added to this can so that it can be used for self-defense. Thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah, I hear this missed. I don't think I could go ever go back to store-bought eggs. Yeah, my so I have a friend that has chickens, and when she had a lot, she would bring me farm fresh eggs until she got bothered by her chickens and just made chicken dinner one night. But the farm fresh eggs were delicious. They taste meatier if an egg can be meaty, and the yolks were way bigger. Yeah, happy eggs. Happy eggs taste better. Mon says, you may remember. See, this is a StreamYard Restream is slow. It's like, "Oh, you wanna put a comment up? I'm just gonna hide it with some blue while I get it ready." There we go. You may remember Tommy mentioned in jail and working in the kitchen, they used to get animal grade chicken. One side of the chicken extra large, the other side tiny, chemicals and hormones. Yep, that's what would do it. That's what would do it. They'd have their weird little vestigial wings and stuff. That's creepy. It must have been creepy to see. Food in prisons is scary. The one that I worked in, they pretty much had a bunch of expired stuff. Like, not gonna lie, like, they would get big boxes of things that were, like, expired last year. Just like, "That's just what happens." It kinda sucks. I watched a PBS special about chicken raising, right? Oh my god, haven't eaten it since. Yeah, I can understand why. So this is gonna sound weird, and I apologize in advance to any vegans or vegetarians or people that don't like killing animals, but I almost think it's a better thing, like, if I'm gonna eat meat, if there were a way that I could somehow be involved in its demise. That sounds creepy and weird, but I think it's the opposite. I think for me, like, when we ate a lobster and I had to participate in killing it, it made me appreciate more what had to happen for that to become my food, and it made me I don't know, it's almost, like, more spiritual in a way. That sounds creepy, but not creepy, but it's difficult to explain. Like, a lot of the factory farming and food in packages, it, like, sanitizes it, you know? It makes it not real, and it makes me not I like to be able to appreciate, like, the life that had to happen for something to sustain my life, if that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't. Um, like my friend who has a farm, and she raises sheep and goats and cows and stuff like that. She raised a sheep from a baby, and the sheep had a great life and was very happy, and then she slaughtered it and made dinner out of it. Um, but she appreciated it on a different level than anyone ever could, just like going to a store. And that sheep also had a much better quality of life up until that point. But like all of the factory farmed animals are forgotten because nobody makes the connection in their brain from this package of like sanitized stuff that that was an animal that had a quality of life. So while it's being raised in that factory farm somewhere, it has a crap quality of life because people forget that. Um, so that's my spiel. I didn't expect to go on that spiel today, but there we have it. And I have lost any potential vegan or vegetarian subscribers. Sorry, guys. But I could see, I don't know, like for me, like if I'm not willing on some level to kill my own food, then I should just be a vegetarian. That's kind of how I think about it. Oh, the mic is better for exclaiming now? Oh, good. Good, 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 good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, for the Noah's Ark. Mon asks in regard to the Noah's Ark, what about the humans we can take? We will take everyone here. Yes. Yeah, everyone here is a shoe in. We'll take applications for others that didn't show up today. Lurkers, please make your application. Please make yourselves known so that you're not left behind on our Noah's Ark the sequel, Noah's Ark 2.0, what we're doing here. What is this? What is glassing eggs? I've never heard of this. I've always wanted to preserve eggs by glassing them. What does that mean? Oh, Rolling Stone. How was the situation with the rodents and such? Has this improved? I hope it has improved. Koalas. Sorry, Mom just put up a chat with a lot of little koala images, but I don't think it'll show up on the screen as koalas. I think it'll just write it out. Let's see what it does. What does it do? Because I'm still learning Restream, and I don't think I like Restream. Oh, the koala does show up. Yay! Yeah, please go check out Blessed to Crochet's link. Oh, it is 1 in the morning, you guys. It's time for Chow Yun Smut. It's time for me to wrap this up. I legitimately lost track of time here, you guys. This is amazing. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I started this day not so great. Um, and I ended it hanging out with you guys and talking about silly things and factory farming and surstroming, and my day is much better now. And Miss Dragon heard what I was saying with the animals. The animals on their way to the slaughter that freak out. I question if there was a walk-in soul with that animal. Yeah, yeah, it's heavy stuff. Yay! Mary will teach the crochet class on the Noah's Ark. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. We all have our skills, right? Oh, the egg glassing. I'm gonna wrap it up, guys, so I can send everybody over to Cricket. But I have to see what egg glassing is. They're soaked in a water solution with lye, so you don't clean the eggs and you cannot use store-bought eggs to do it. Oh, wow. Glassing them. That's interesting. All right. Good night, Miss Dragon. Sleep well in the creepy house. I hope it is not that creepy, and listen to fan noise and rain so I can sleep. Ooh, fan noise and rain sounds nice, actually. That sounds really nice. I hope that he gets released tomorrow so you're not in the creepy house by your lonesome. Love you too, bunches, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Haven't seen Ralph the Mouse since early last night. I'm in the market for a tiny motorcycle in case he won't leave. Well, yeah, if he won't leave, may as well make friends with him, right? I hope there's only one, but they say that where there's one, there's usually more. So I believe my dear friend Mary already put the link for Chow Yun Smut in the chat, but she is live now, you guys. For those of you that maybe hopped on that don't know who she is, her name is Cricket. Her channel name is Chow Yun Smut, and she does a live, a lot like this, where she interacts with the chat and just hangs out, and it's just a place people can kind of come together to hang out and process things. She describes it as like the corner booth at Denny's that you go to, the all-night diner after you get off work, or if you're coming home from the bar or whatever. So I think Mary already put it in, but I'm gonna throw it up there one more time before I turn off the porch light over here. Do, do, do. But someone else might be faster than me. I'm not the fastest of doing the links. I got fast at it today, but not reliably fast. It depends. Thank you to Maya. Yep. Mary beat me to the punch. You're awesome, Mary. Love you too, Janet G. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I thought I was going to come here for like 30 minutes and then just collapse, and one thing that I didn't count on was how much better this was going to make me feel, but I should have known better because you guys are awesome and you're smart and you're funny and you say really cool things, and yeah. So thank you. Y'all have a great night.